file your ERISA disability claim as early as possible. Now, your doctor may have told you that it's time to stop work and apply for your disability benefits, or you're beginning to have problems performing your work duties. You might be thinking that it's time to stop work and apply for your benefits. So what should you do? Should you file your disability claim immediately? Should you hold off? These are great questions that I get all the time. Now, some lawyers will tell you that you should file your initial claim as soon as possible, but I disagree with that blanket advice. I think that there are a number of things that you should do before you stop work and apply for your benefits. But before we discuss that, I want to talk to you about the difference between filing a claim and putting a disability carrier on notice of a claim. Putting a disability carrier on notice of a claim is important because many disability policies or plans require that you provide them with notice. And notice is just that. It's notice that you have a potential claim, but you may not necessarily be ready to file a claim. Now, depending on the circumstances of a case, I prefer to develop the claim so that it is as strong as possible and supported by medical records and physicians before I run out and tell the carrier that I might be filing a claim or that you're filing a claim on your own. The only exception to my rule is that if there is potentially a situation where you think you're going to be fired or laid off and you want to give the carrier notice of a potential claim before that happens. However, I think the preferable way to handle this is to potentially get a note from your doctor taking you out of work and preempting a termination and layoff that can result in you losing your disability insurance coverage. And in that instance, we don't want to file notice, but we want to file a claim because of the speed with which you might be terminated or let go, because we want to still have coverage, which you're going to lose after you're terminated. Now, what I prefer to do is to make sure that the claim is well developed and supported with an appropriate date of disability before I give notice and before we actually file a claim. But again, it depends on your personal circumstances. So what should you do before you put the carrier on notice of filing a claim? I think you need to get a copy of that disability policy or plan. You should consider reading it cover to cover so you understand what it is you need to prove to get your disability benefits, because you've got the burden of proof. You need to get a copy of your medical records and read them cover to cover to see what your records have to say about your symptoms, your functionality, whether or not the doctor believes you, and whether the doctor would be willing to support your claim. You should be talking with the doctor off the record and see if they support that claim. And if they don't, before you stop work and apply for your benefits, you obviously are going to have to change physicians and find one who supports your claim. Now, the other thing that's important is deciding on the right date to file a claim and say that I am disabled. So picking that right date of disability can impact benefits, such as group insurance benefits or retirement benefits. It takes careful planning. You need to understand what the amount of your benefits might be. Are there any offsets? Are there limits to how long you might get the benefits? So you've got to understand what the bottom line is and whether you can afford to apply for benefits and whether you want to do that now or later. You can see consulting with an experienced ERISA disability attorney or an IDI attorney can be crucial. And they are going to help you with the details of your policy. And you should have them look at your medical records and develop a strategy that will help you pick the right date to claim that you're disabled.